Today we're here, boys and girls, because of you. Commissioner Palacios, thank you for making the street as an access to the safety of our kids and the safety of our parents. Because as the years have gone by, we've seen a huge backlog of cars only in one street. And thank you for the precinct for doing this for our kids, for thinking of their safety, most importantly, thinking of the safety of their parents, because now we have access so we can go back and forth. I want to thank you. I want to also thank Dr. Gutierrez, the superintendent of schools here, because he was so happy that this street took place, because it's less phone calls to his office every single day from the parents that there's only one way in and one way out. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, our Vice President Carmen Gonzalez, Eli Torres, Oscar Salinas, Mike Farias, Robert Peña, Sonny Palacios, thank you for once again thinking of our kids, for the safety of our kids, our parents, and what a beautiful street it is. We're going to go test it out after this, being the superintendent. So once again, thank you. Thank you, Steve, for inviting us.
Good morning, friends of education. This event, the ribbon cutting ceremony at Mile 22.5, has brought great pride to this community. The parents and students of Carmen Avila Elementary and Betty Harwell will forever be appreciated for the effort by Precinct 4 Commissioner Joseph Palacios. It is a reality that we never thought would happen, so we thank you. We as a district have always tried to bring school facilities closer to the student and the community, but we know that getting students to the facility is the biggest challenge. So we thank you, Precinct 4 Commissioner Joseph, for taking the initiative, for seeing the need of the school district and this community. We will forever be thankful for you taking the steps to get the students to the safest way to school. We are a great school district, and we appreciate all the reaching out that we do with you and with your precinct. But most of all, thank you parents, thank you students, thank you staff. The Edinburg School District is the best district in the state of Texas, but we cannot do it by ourselves, and we appreciate all the help that we can reach out for. And this is one reality that has come true. And I understand we're not through yet. We still are thinking about sidewalks. So it's not over yet. We want this community to be like some of our town facilities. And I know everybody has a budget problem, but I'm glad that you always put us on top of your budget. So with that, thank you, and thank everybody for being here and continuing to work together to make this community the best community in the state of Texas. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for the invite. On behalf of Sheriff J.E. Ediguera, we apologize that he's not here today, but he did get called from unforeseen reasons. Mile 22.5 brings a lot of public safety, especially to the Sheriff's Office. It's going to cut down on the response times now that we get to the communities. Responding to the school in case of an emergency, 22.5 now connects to brush line. So to make our deputies' response time faster, and of course not just in law enforcement, but also for the fire departments and the EMS. Other than that, guys, thank you for inviting us out here, and again, on behalf of Sheriff Guerra, he thanks you guys, and sends his apologies for not being here today. Thank you.
Before I get started, I do want to acknowledge Commissioner-elect Eli Torres. She's here in the audience with us. She's also your school board trustee as well. But first and foremost, I want to thank my staff. This office doesn't work by itself. It's not just through me. It's the hard work of all of our staff that are out here every day trying to realize projects like this. This is one of many that we've been able to build throughout the entire precinct. But this one has a profound special place in my heart because of the fact of what happened here years ago. Access was a problem back then. Some of our kids were injured. And it was that time where the school district approached the county, and the county was more than willing to be a partner. I want to thank our school board presidents, our trustees, our administrative staff, Dr. Gutierrez. We came together for the benefit of our local community, our families, and our kids. And what started as a project there on school property led to a project like this. 22 and a half, access to the schools was very critical, not just for safety, but better mobility. We have people that live just east of the schools, and we wanted to make sure that we got our kids, you all, to these schools as safe as possible. So it gives me great pleasure to be here today and being able to open up this road. And as Carmen says, the work's not done yet. We are looking at continuing Carmen Avila northbound, and it's going to go east. We were trying to realize a west direction as well, so we access the sheriff's office so they can mobilize a lot easier. But we continue working for the benefit of our local community to figure out how we're going to make life a lot better for you all here. Sidewalks are in the works in the immediate. We're looking at the next couple of months addressing that issue. But this is a product of government entities working together, and I think that's what I want to leave you here with as we see future leaders of our community in our children. It is about you. It's about kids. It's about families. It's about community, and figuring out how governments can work for you while we stay away from all the trivial stuff that's happening in this world today. But I'm very pleased to be here. I'm very pleased that we got to this point. I see Victor Daniak in the background there. I want to thank him for allowing us to have this reception here. And then, you know, that's the other part, is that we work very closely, not just with government entities, but different developers to figure out how we can make the community so much better. And I want to thank, and prior to Victor, we had JJ Avila here, and there's some other landowners in the area that not just had donated the land for the roads, but just worked alongside with us to make sure that whatever we did, it was for the betterment of community. But without further ado, I'd like to just let's open this road up, and I look forward to continue working in this area as we continue working for you throughout the year, and I look forward to handing it over to Commissioner-elect Eli Torres, and hopes that we'll continue to build upon the future, build upon the progress for the betterment of life for you, and because that's what this job is all about. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everything that the patience you had for us on this project, but more importantly, I'm happy that we got to this point. Thank you, and God bless you all.